Thank you very much. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity. I'm Dennis Guilfoyle. I was the chairman of the Board of Selectmen in Dedham. I got off the board 2 weeks ago. I thank you very much. And I had an extended stay on the Board of Selectmen. I was giving up the seat to run for county commissioner. Fran O'Brien is a dear friend, and we have a lot of similarities together. And I thought it would be a great fit for me. And what I do is I'm in politics only to help people. And that's what I thought I could do. So that's why I do it. I was elected as soon as I got out of high school. I was a town meeting member in the town of Dedham. And I went through that. And then I became, in 2002, I was a parks commissioner. And in 2002, when I got off the board after 3 years, I became the register of voters for 9 years. And then I went off the register of voters and became a selectman in the town of Dedham. And I'm very happy to be on the select board when I got off 2 weeks ago. But I've done everything I can. I've spent 29 years with the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department. I know all about county government. I did 20 years as a deputy sheriff and a correction officer. And the last 9 years, I've been legislative advisor to Sheriff Steve Tompkins, which I oversee the legislative budgets, and I oversee, I am the in-between between the unions and the department. So I was 19 years on the job. I was either elected or appointed to the union. So I've held every seat, and I've gone through the body, and I've been a member of the AFL-CIO. I was 9 years on the Greater Boston Labor Council. So I have worked with all facets of every working group out there. I've also worked hand in hand with the school department, and I know everybody's concern right now is what we're going to do with education right now, and it's a very difficult time, and with all the towns around us, and I've talked to most of the municipalities in the 28 towns and cities, that they have three forms of education that they're ready to go with. It's either going to be a home, virtual, or it's going to be the hybrid, or it's going to be limited seating. So it's very difficult times right now, and it was difficult for the last 9 months or so, and then the last 3 months has been terribly difficult, and we just try to do what we can do, and we'll work through it all. And we're going to come into some real financial problems coming up that we're going to have to struggle through it, but we have to make the best decisions for Norfolk County. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen in all towns. And it's just not about Norfolk County. It's every town individually. It's going to be Quincy. It's going to be Dedham. It's going to be Braintree. It's going to be Weymouth. It's going to be Randolph. Everybody is going to come into this problem. And we as a county, in the county seat, we need to help them get through these tough times, because it's going to be tough. There's no doubt about it. County government, they're trying to take it away from us, and it shouldn't be taken away. So at this time, any questions that I can answer for you, please feel free to do. And even after this, call me and let me know, and I will reach back to you with the answer. If I don't have all the answers, I'll get it for you. We can figure it out, and that's what we do, and that's what makes good politicians and servants, and we're here to help the constituents, and that's what we're here to do. So any questions I can answer, please let me do.
Thank you, Dennis. Do we have any questions from the committee? And while we wait to see if anybody has any questions, Dennis, I just wanted to say, if you do have any further connectivity issues, you can also call through there's a phone number in the email invitation. So worst case scenario, you'll be able to just call in and we can just hear you over the phone there. But it's very loud and clear right now. So it's good.
Oh, thank you. I was going to call in if we didn't make it work. So
that's good. Okay. Do we have any questions from the members? Let's see. Oh, we have one from Danielle Kemp here.
Please.
Okay.
Hello. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Dennis, the first thing that comes up when we Google your name is a long appeals court thing about a disability payment. And it
Yep.
looks like, from my non-layman's reading, the city owed you money and you got it in the end. Is that all that was, or is there something else there?
No, it's basically exactly what it was. It was the city did not want to pay, obviously, and it was permanent nerve damage, and I was only out for almost 3.5 months, but they didn't want to pay for any of it, and I came back, and then there was actually threats from management to me, and they did it in front of the judge, and the judge basically said, enough's enough, and back the way it was. And that does pop up all the time. And I appreciate you asking that and clarifying that, because that's exactly what happened. And it's all written out.
Yeah, I'm a disability rights activist, and I thought that's what it was, but you should get a chance to explain yourself. Thanks.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And that was the only time Any other questions? Did I lose it again?
I think we have, is Pat McDermott here? I think he had a question. I'm muting you, Pat.
Yeah, friend of mine.
Hey, Dennis, how are you, my friend?
Pat, how are you, pal?
Doing great. So a couple of the other candidates who've been on, and obviously I've been on the campaign trail with you guys for the last several months. But obviously, Norfolk County, speak a little bit more about the Norfolk County buildings and facilities that you see need more investment and.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we already know that Superior Court's going to be moving over to Quincy, and that happens. And then we want to move your court over back to Superior Court now, and then we'd like to bring. No, come on, Pat. No, knock it off. So we want to. I would like to move that back there. I'd like to move Child Court back there also, and I'd love to bring the DA's back too also. And we have room behind the deeds to build that, and that's something we could do with it with a public-private entity. We could do it combined, and we could do that. So I think that's something definitely we could do. So I won't move the jail on you, Pat. Don't worry. Go ahead. I know you want to say something. I can't hear you. I think you're muted, Pat.
Yeah, they just unmuted me. So, yeah, I did. In fact, I wasn't even thinking about the courthouses in general. I've been in a lease facility long enough to. That's going to be up to the next register of probate to take care of us to the line. We're still in a lease building. You know, obviously, the
Right.
DCAM still called us a temporary relocation of the probate court. So
Right.
Good luck to whoever wins my seat next time around. But I was also fascinated being, not that I get a lot of golf in these days, but your thoughts on there's been talk back and forth with the golf facility going back and forth in terms of a new facility investment and infrastructure there. It's a gem in Norfolk County. So if you want to maybe speak a little bit about that too.
No, and I'll tell you, the commissioners did a great job, because that was obviously golf wasn't there for 3 months straight up, but they spent all the money and they kept the course up to par, no pun intended, but up to par, so that they kept going where they had to go. So we can now, when they're letting people back into play, it still is an entity for the Norfolk County. So no, I think we can definitely do a lot over there, and we can spend some money over there, and they've done a great job over there in the last 8 years of rehashing everything out and doing improvements over there. The bathrooms, the locker rooms, everything's been done over. They have a great guy over there that does the catering side of things. So it's making money, and that's what's important for Norfolk County, and that's a great entity for this Norfolk, and it is our pride. It's the President's Golf Course. We are the Norfolk County is the county of presidents, period. But also we have a ton of other things going on in Norfolk County right now. We're talking about doing the solar farm out at the Aggie. And, you know, I understand There's some people in North Walpole that are not favorable to it, but at the same time, when you come down North Street, you're only going to see a foot of it when you look over the hill. The rest will be down behind the hill. So it's an unbelievable entity that they're doing. You know, the Aggie is also equivalent to the golf course. That is the two big entities along with the courthouses. The new Superior Court is going to be an amazing thing. You know, am I happy that it's leaving Dedham? Not so much, but we're larger than that, and we have to worry about Norfolk County. And Pat, as you know, you know where my heart is, and you know where my love is for community and constituents. So I greatly appreciate that, and I graciously love that you brought it up, so I have another point to talk about, because I am passionate about all that. So thank you so much, Pat. Anyone else?
Does anybody else have a question for Dennis? Oh, I think we have one more from Donica Brown. Let me find Donica. Here we go.
Hi, Dennis. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
You alluded to the future potential for financial problems stemming from the extended shutdown we've been experiencing. What do you foresee as the challenges to the commissioner's office as a result of COVID, and what kind of strategies do you think you'd want to employ to address them?
Well, we really, it's going to be trying times. There's no doubt about that, and I know it from the from my side of sitting on the town of Dedham's budget, which I dealt with, and I deal with the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department budget, and Pat's here, and the other sheriff candidates. The sheriff's budget's going to be scrutinized like there's no tomorrow, because one, the counts are all low right now, but we still have to take care of all them. So there's going to be money issues there, but at the same time, we have to be self-sustainable. We have to figure out what is the best way to do this. And could I sit here and give you all the right answers? I can't, and I would love to, but at the same time, I don't know the ins and outs of all of that. I do know the town of Dedham, which I sat as the chairman up until 2 weeks ago. I can tell you where different things are going, but right now, Norfolk County commissioners, their biggest job is going to be what happens with the teachers, what happens with everybody at the Aggie school right now. That is going to be the toughest part. I know for a fact, I've talked to most of the superintendents across the whole county, and they're not sure which route they're going to yet. The next 2 weeks is going to be the toughest times for them. And financially, they're going to be there. One thing we do have going on is through the deeds and everybody else, people are still buying homes. They are still spending money through that side of it. We don't get a lot of revenues from everywhere else. Town of Dedham, we get a lot of revenues through all the restaurants and everything going on. The county doesn't get those revenues. County gets revenues from the outside of selling houses from the deeds and all that. That's still happening. We're lucky in that sense. But at the same time, we're in times, and any one of them, the candidates with me, and if they said they had the right answer, I would love to know it, because it's going to be trying. I'm not the make-believe guy. I'm the guy that says, if I can figure it out, we'll figure it out. And if I can't, we'll talk to the people that we think can figure it out. And if I don't know the answer, I'll get back to you with the answer. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I have all the ideas. I have everything. We're going to put solar panels on every roof. We're going to do this and that. It's going to bring all the money in. We're going to get, sell lunches down in every lobby. It doesn't happen that way. You really have to figure it out. And it's trying times. I was supposed to have to Board of Selectmen 4 months ago. I just got off 2 weeks ago. I wanted to run a 4-month, 6-month campaign for this, and you can't. You just can't. We need to figure it out. And people like yourself, everybody, it's gonna take time, and we need people that are concerned enough that want to get online right now and find out about the issues and this and that. We need everybody to do that. So yeah, Danica, I wish I had the answer for you. I really do, but I don't think anybody knows the real answer out there right now, and I apologize for that, but we'll do everything we can to try to get there. And any advice you have, I would love to have it.
I appreciate your candor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Nolan, do we have any further questions?
Not that I can see right now.
I
Because
appreciate.
Dennis, you have 3 minutes to give a great closing remark, so the floor is yours. And on behalf of the Quincy Dems, thank you for interrupting your precious vacation.
No,
I
thank
get
you.
one every 51 weeks out of the year, so time is precious, and thank you for taking the time out of your vacation to be with us tonight. So welcome, and you have the floor.
No, I thank you very much, and it is precious. I love being up here with my family, and it is precious. And I want to say thank you to everybody, but it's just overwhelming what's going on here, because we are trying to get a campaign in basically a month and a half's time, because we started it in March, and then we had to stop it the whole time, and then now we're firing back up right now, and it's very difficult to campaign. I've been campaigning my whole life, this is just, it's so bizarre on how we're doing things right now. For me not to come and see you in Quincy and sit in a room and talk to everybody and be able to, not so much the interview process, but to be able to say hello afterwards and really get to know each other, you can't do that now. And it just makes everything so difficult. But I appreciate everybody that's still in the race and everybody that's running for office right now, because you need people to be involved in the process. Otherwise, we just don't know where we're going to end up, and that's what we need. And Democratic Town Committee, I'm a lifelong member of the Town of Dedham's Democratic Town Committee. I've been there since I was 18 years old, and I'm a little older now, and we're making it work. But at the same time, we got to make it sustainable. We need to take every tool in the toolbox and make it work for Norfolk County. We're one of the few counties that are still operating as a county, and the state's not telling us exactly what to do. So we need to keep that alive. And I lost that in Suffolk County where I worked, but we kept it in Norfolk County, and I worked with the treasurer at the time, Joe Conley, and everyone else, and Walter, and Mr. O'Brien, and Joe, and everyone else. And we just need to keep doing what we do. And we need everybody to be part of the team to make this work. And that's my compassion, is let's stop losing everything, and let's stop giving everything away, and let's create and make it a better place for everybody to live, and our kids to live, and everyone else. And I get to come up here on vacation, Wells, Maine right now, because life, that's what we have. And Norfolk County is all of that. And we need to make everybody proud to be from Norfolk County. And we want people to live in Norfolk County. We want people to move to Norfolk County if they don't already live there. So I thank you so much for this opportunity. I thank you for letting me get in. It was a little difficult at first, but we got there.
You did.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Enjoy the rest of this hot week. You couldn't be in a better spot in this type of weather. And we sincerely, on behalf of the Quincy Dems, appreciate your participation this evening.
I wish I was staying here, but I'll be home Thursday for 2 more interviews and a sign hold. So I'll be home Thursday.
There you go. Well, thank you very much.
And as I would like to send off, I'd appreciate one of your 2 votes on September 1st. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm a lifelong Dem. I care about the county, and I want to make it work for everybody. So I
Thank
thank you and appreciate one of your two votes.